What is going on, Lego Maniacs? It's Ty the Lego Guy here, and welcome to the very first episode of To Invest or Not to Invest. And the set we're taking a look at is none other than the UCS Millennium Falcon. Now, as you guys can see, it's a big boy. There's no other way of putting it. And we normally don't show these sets in videos like this, like on camera like we're doing right now. But we're doing that just because it's such a big model, and that's definitely going to play a factor on whether you should invest in it or not. I've been buying and selling Lego for the last 5-10 years. So, I thought that this could help you guys from the experience I've had. And I've been collecting Lego for over 20 years. So why that's important is, if there's nothing worse than not buying a set. You're thinking you have another year to buy it or something, and then the thing retires on you. And it's like worth double what it was retailing for. So anyways, I thought that this would help you guys out. We're gonna take a look at the facts. We're gonna compare it against other UCS sets, how they've done in the past. And just really give you guys the facts on whether you guys should buy this set or not. But anyways, let's now take a look at the computer and check it out. So to begin our research, what we're gonna actually do is start with the 75192 Millennium Falcon. We're going to check on Brick Economy and see what they have to say about it. And we're also going to compare this model against 3 or 4 other UCS sets just to see how they fared and kind of compare that against the Falcon, because we're going to find similar sets and how they did. And that's really going to give us a better idea of how this set's going to do in the future once it retires. And again, if you should buy it or not as a collector, if you're on the fence, it will be helpful just so it doesn't retire spur of the moment and you end up paying twice as much for it. So what we're actually looking at right now is a graph, and what's interesting is Brick Economy's predicting that this set's going to retire in the spring of 2021. Now bear in mind, Lego was actually planning on retiring this back in 2020 in December, so actually just in a couple months, but they've pushed all these UCS sets and some other larger sets up due to COVID. So the set's available for a little bit longer. What's interesting though on this graph is they're only predicting a slight increase over the years. Like if you notice right here in 2021, once it retires, then let's say 2022, they're only predicting maybe like $50 as far as what you could sell it in a year's time. And that's really what we're trying to do with this series, is flip the set in about a year after it retires, 2 years at most. However, why I think this may not be the case is, let's now move on to some of those UCS sets. Now, just bear in mind that it has 8 minifigs, the 75192. None of them are too rare. Yes, you get Han and Leia with those unique, basically mouth respirators, if you want to call them that. But there's not really too many exclusive figs in this. What you're really getting this set for, again, is the Falcon. So the first model that we're going to actually take a look at, which makes sense, is the 10179 Lego Star Wars Ultimate Collector's Millennium Falcon. This is the easiest one to compare it against, and then we're also going to take a look at some other larger sets. So as you guys can see, this set was out for 31 months. Whereas if this does retire, the 75192, if it retires in the spring of 2021, it will be on shelves for about 42 months. This set was out for 31 months. So bear in mind that this set was available for a year less. And it retailed for $500 US. Well, nowadays they're saying this set's worth on average about $2,500. So it's appreciated 5 times. Now what we're actually going to do though is we're going to compare it against inflation. And for inflation, in 2008, you could buy this set for $500 US. In 2020 money, that's $601. So it with inflation, we're talking about $100. This set basically is like 4 times its value, which is absolutely ridiculous, especially given the fact that the 2017 UCS Millennium Falcon is on shelves. People still want this model, and I'm expecting this model actually to shoot up more once the current 2017 UCS Falcon retires. The other model I thought we should take a look at is the 10221 Lego Star Wars Super Star Destroyer. Now, I actually have experience selling this set, so that's going to help out a little bit. And in my experience, I actually bought this set full retail for about 500 Canadian, which works out to about 400 US at the time. And I was able to actually sell it a year later after it retired for almost 1100 Canadian, or about 900 US. So I was able to actually over double my money a bit with the set after it only being retired for a year. So I've had a good experience with this model, and as you guys can see with the graph, it's very similar, same story it's telling. It retailed for 400 US, and nowadays it's selling for about 951 new. The last model I thought we could take a look at is the 10030 Star Wars Imperial Star Destroyer. And this is really a good comparison as well, because it's another larger set. Of course, it's not the Falcon, but we can see how it's sort of appreciated. And this set retailed for 270 back in the day. Now, adjusted for inflation back in 2002, let's make it today's money, that works out to about $388, basically $389. So this one's crazy. This one now is going for about $1,760. So it's obviously appreciated a ton. Great investments. So my final conclusion, looking at these models and looking at what Brick Economy, says is going to happen with this set, how it's going to appreciate, I would say that, on being skeptical, it's definitely going to appreciate somewhat as a UCS set. Although you're going to have to put down a large sum of money. It's not a cheap set. However, what could possibly happen with this set is it follows the same trend as these other three big models. It could appreciate, it could double, it could be worth, like, say you buy it for $800 US, and a year from now after retiring, it could be worth $1,600. So my advice to you would be to, if you're a collector, buy this set, because there's a high chance this set's actually going to appreciate a lot. And again, it's coming up for retirement. UCS sets are really on the shelves for about 36 months, give or take. And if you're an investor, now bear in mind, this is not professional investing advice. Invest at your own risk, right? But from looking at the research, I do believe that this will appreciate at least somewhat, if not a lot. I believe that it's probably going to exceed Brick Economy's expectations for this set, and it's going to fall in line with the other three larger models. And another big factor about this set is this is the largest Lego Star Wars set that's ever, or Lego set that's ever been made. So that's also going to have a bearing on how desirable this model is. I mean, it's bragging rights. I have the largest Lego set that's ever been made. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this. Again, this is the first of its series. I hope you do enjoy it, or did enjoy it. And yeah, if you like this video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future to invest or not to invest videos that we do in this channel. But yeah, thanks again for watching. That's all I got for you today, and I'll catch you on the next one.